national security and Donald Trump. Yes, in this breaking story, that is the issue. And while it's easy to poke fun at Donald Trump, and it is, he's a laughingstock in so many ways. He's an easy meme and he's an easy laugh. And yet, national security, not a laughing matter. And while he wants to continue to talk about mass deportation and all the dangerous undocumented people, the likely most dangerous person in America is the man sitting in the White House. And in this breaking story I'm going to show you in a few seconds, you're going to see exactly what he just did as an executive order yesterday that should frighten the pants off of all of us for what may be coming very, very soon. I mean, take a look at this to begin with. Here he is in a photo with Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg, ironically, the CEO of Facebook Meta. And what just happened without anybody's desire or wanting? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg just decided to make everybody follow Donald Trump, Melania, J.D. Vance. That's what is going on. You're talking about oligarchs with absolute control. And in this breaking story, it even gets worse. Listen to what the conversation was before about national security and clearances.
Joining us now, Brennan Center for Justice Senior Advisor Barton Gellman and New York Times opinion columnist David French. So, David, I'm going to start with you because you're the one not in studio with us. Who might Donald Trump want to put around him that it would be hard to get security clearance for? I remember back in the first administration, this was a big problem with Jared Kushner.
Yeah, it's any number of people. It's take your pick. What we're dealing with here is a crank coalition that is surrounding around Donald Trump right now. And cranks tend to not do as well on background checks. And so you've also got an awful lot of people around him who participated to some degree in the January 6th plot. You've got people who have served prison time, who are Trump loyalists as well. So, I don't think we could pinpoint any one person, but we absolutely know, and we can see from the people who surround him, he is building a crank coalition, especially in that core inner circle. And if he's going to have the people around him that he wants to do his will, then some of these guys are going to have to find a way around the typical FBI background check process. So none of this surprises me at all.
Crank coalition, Bart. What is the FBI background check, what's traditionally done? What are the things that get flagged? What are they trying to avoid or prevent against when you're getting someone a security clearance?
If you're applying for a security clearance, you have to fill out a 136-page form called the SF-86, which asks you everywhere you've lived, everywhere you worked, every foreign entanglement you've had. And an important thing is that there are criminal penalties for filling that out incorrectly.
Yeah, we have protocols and procedures in this country for a reason, especially when it comes to security clearance and the FBI. And in this breaking story, look what Donald Trump just did. Holy crap, this is frightening. Here it is. Breaking news. Another executive order Trump just signed gives the White House counsel the full authority to give interim top secret security clearances to whomever the president wants for up to 6 months. As it reads, therefore, by authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, I hereby order 1, the White House counsel to provide the White House Security Office and acting chief security officer with a list of personnel that are hereby immediately granted interim top secret sensitive compartmented information, TS/SCI, security clearances for a period not to exceed 6 months, and 2, that these individuals shall be immediately granted access to the facilities and technology necessary to perform the duties of the office to which they have been hired, and number 3, the White House counsel, as my designee, may supplement this list as necessary, and number 4, the White House counsel, as my designee, shall have the authority to revoke the interim clearance of any individual as necessary. This memorandum is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law or inequity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. People used to say, oh, I like Trump because he's a businessman. he's this, he's that. Well, first of all, number one, he's not nearly as successful as everybody thinks he is on his own. Number two, he was handed a gift basket at 10 years old. Number three, he's filed bankruptcy 7 times and screwed the little man in America over and over and over again. But what he really is, just as he is in his businesses, to any board of a company, is he's just a dictator. He's just an autocrat. And that's exactly every single thing he's putting in place, is to make sure that no one around him will question him. Everyone around him applauds him and strokes him no matter what he does, no matter how bad or stupid it is. And what he's removing are all of the checks and balances. I mean, the cops are coming for him right now. All the checks and balances that help protect America from its leader, because this is supposed to be a democratic nation by its checks and balances and 3 branches of government. And Donald Trump believes in one branch of government, the Donald J. Trump branch, and all of his minions around him. This is going to be an absolutely scary ride on many levels, and it starts with stuff like this versus everything else. Folks, breathe, stay calm, talk to those you agree with and disagree with. But holy smokes, when it comes to national security, please stay frosty.